Hello guys, Ultra Gaming here, and a special video today to SpaceMarineCentral. He asked me to do a 3,000 point list for him, and I've sat here for about 2 hours now and made a list basically. The reason it's taking 2 hours, guys, is what I tend to do, and most good list builders will do, is you look at all the other armies that you're realistically going to fight, so you don't do Sisters Battle and things like that. You then take the best list you can build from that for 3,000 points. You then build the best list you can build to counter that for 3,000 points. You factor in some differences, and that's how you get your list. There's other ways you can do it. That's the way I enjoy doing it, because it's a bit more time consuming, but for me it's always given me the best results. And what more can you ask for, really? If it's giving you good results, you go for it. So yeah, guys, if you want to stay around and have a little gander at this list I've built, maybe see any improvements you can make on it. If any of you guys want a list built for you, and this goes again for SpaceMarineCentral, it makes it easier for me if you can mail me or message me or comment your army list, and so I can build using that, because obviously the realisticness of you having, or the realistically, you're not going to have what I necessarily make the list for, unless you're a very elite player and have all this sort of thing. And if you're a very elite player, the chances are you're not going to want someone making your list for you. And so that's fine. And when I say elite player, I'm talking about the 7,000-8,000 point holding players. But I still get people sometimes to write my list for me with 4,000 points. So, you know. But anyway, regardless, let's crack on. We'll start off with HQs. I've got a chapter master with a powerfist, 150 points. Now, the reason I've gone with the chapter master is quite simple. He has an orbital bombardment. With the powerfist, he should be able to make his point cost back, just using that. But what the orbital bombardment basically allows you to do is first turn, say, that land raider over there, your 5-man terminator squad, your whatever, big nasty thing I don't like, strength 10 AP1 template. Boom. It's brilliant. And it just really psychologically annoys the other player. You know, it just mucks their head a little bit. The fact that you could just drop a template on them first turn, it's just nice. I mean, veteran players won't really care, but the newbie players, and I'll speak for myself in this one when I had it done to me in my first ever Apocalypse game, don't like it. They don't. I didn't like it. And so just factor that in. It is a good ability to have. I personally don't like the chapter master because just can't move and do it, but that's a different argument for another video. Anyway, second HQ is the librarian epistolary. It's 150 points for the epistolary upgrade. It has Force, Dome, and Gate of Infinity. You have to give him those abilities for this tactic to work. Now I'm going to give you in a sec. The next thing is 4 tactical squads. Bog standard, no upgrades. Okay, 170 points apiece. The reason I've gone for this is the fact that they the powerfist sergeant upgrade that I would normally give all of these squads, especially in Apocalypse when you've got those points to spare, is sort of been nerfed in 6th edition, because you will get assaulted by, say, a knob squad or anything really, and their character will challenge you naturally. He'll hit first, and if he's a character worth his salt, he'll kill you. Even a bog standard character will have a chance at killing you, as you are only a 1-wound Space Marine, and you're probably going to die. And if he isn't worth his salt and you kill him, well, what have you achieved? You know, you're great, you used powerfist to kill a 10-point model, brilliant. But, you know, it's not very good. I would rather have no upgrades and keep the squad cheap. You know, maybe give them melt 5 points and you're just going to get more effectiveness out of them. But, you know, it's every man to his own. Whereas like something like a knob has, in the Orc squad, has 2 wounds and his power claw. So just, I don't know, it just seems a bit stupid on Space Marines for me now. 3 rhinos for dedicated troop transports. For the 4 squads, I'm giving 3 of them rhinos. The reason for that is it's a 35 point upgrade, dedicated troop transport. Why wouldn't you bring it? Okay, it stops super gattlers on orc stompers just tearing through your units. If they really want to kill it, it's only armour 11 and can kill it pretty easily, but it just keeps the squad alive a little bit longer. If they're killing the rhino, they're not killing the squad, and it's only 35 points, and in Apocalypse that's nothing. Okay, it's a 35 point upgrade. It's really, I can't stress enough that it's nothing. You go watch my rhino tactic video, all those little line of sight blockers you can do. It reduces the size of your army that's taken up on the board. You know, it's just a really useful thing to have. It increases mobility, and for 35 points, it's just, there's no bad things with it. It's brilliant, worth getting. Now, like I said, there's 4 squads. The 4th squad is going to be attached to the epistolary. This is because I didn't want them all in rhinos. I want them to have options. I want you to have a bit of flavour in your army, you know. And I thought the epistolary could really give that. It gives you some tactical maneuverability, get infinity with a 5-up invulnerable save around the board. It's interesting, it's helpful, it's fun, and it could really get the drop on some enemy units, which is useful. Rapid firing back of a high point unit when your terminator is about to charge in. You know, it's just useful things you can do with it. It should be good, and it's also quite good if you want to sit in cover and then jump to an objective. You know, it just gives you the ability to jump around the board. Almost like a drop pod in it, just without the drop pod they can't go back up. So yeah, now, this is quite an important thing that I recommend to bring in, especially nowadays in Apocalypse, is your fast attack Storm Talons. Now, Storm Talons recently have been lowered in point cost to 110 rather than 130 in that flyer book. I can't remember the name of it, I'll have to grab it in a sec. It's A Death from the Skies or something. It's around there somewhere. Regardless. So yeah, they're more effective now because they're cheaper. Give them Skyhammer missiles. So they give you 2 Storm Talons Skyhammer missiles. Okay, this gives you some anti-flyer capabilities. So Space Marines were severely lacking AA at the moment, unless you get a Hyperius. Is that called a Whirlwind Hyperius? That's Forge World, and we're not getting into that. So yeah, it gives you some anti-air. I personally, in normal games with 40k, grab 3 razorbacks, give them las cannons, because you've got twin links, so you've got 2 in 6 chance or a 1 in 3 chance, 3 tanks, 100% chance of hitting a flyer, you know, statistically, and that's just really useful for bringing them down with a las cannon. But in this particular case, I think this is a better way of doing it. You know. Anyway, moving on to heavy support. 2 Land Raiders. Bog standard, not the Crusader, not the Redeemer, just bog standard Land Raiders, okay? With extra armour, of course. So that's 265 points. Beautiful. End of. I would say multi-melters or anything like that, but just don't bother. Try and keep your point cost nice and low, guys. Then, you've got to put something in those Land Raiders. So, 400 points worth of assault terminators. Obviously, Thunderhammer, Storm Shield. It's got to be done. And that way you can run into other Terminator units or monstrous creatures or just big beefy units and multi-assault into them with 2 squads, you just smash, that sort of thing, just to do some damage. The Land Raiders coming up behind them, you know, you can factor in other units to get more shots onto them if it's a large Orc squad. Yeah, that's just obviously, it's almost a must take. 2 Land Raiders with 400 points worth of Terminators. The next thing is 2 Vindicators, bog standard, no upgrades. I've left some points left over in the overall list, which I'll explain in a minute. If you want to give them Storm Bolters, which is quite useful since the gun is now random, that gets taken off it. So it's a 50% chance. But in this particular case, I've just said bog standard because I wanted to give you that option. So 2 of them. I mean, strength 10 AP 2, which is a useful thing to have for anti-tank, anti-blobs. It's just good. I think the Whirlwind's 85 points is a bit cheaper, but it's only strength 5 AP 4. This is strength 10 AP 2. It's just, for the increase in points, it's just so much more worth having a Vindicator. Moving on, more heavy support now. The final bit of heavy support, rather, is the Predator Annihilator. The las cannon Predator. 165 points. That just gives you some more reach, some more anti-tank, some more Titan hunting abilities. Really worth bringing. Even if you just sit it back, go a bit of cover and just pop at Titans or whatever. 3,000 point game, it's just a nice thing to bring, and you can afford it, and it's good. Also good for monstrous creature hunting. Anyway, 70 points to spare at this point, as far as tanks where I was concerned, and I had a spare squad that could bring a troop transport, so I decided that I'd bring a razorback with a las cannon for 75 points, to once again give me some more anti-tank capabilities. The good thing about this is it's rarely targeted by other anti-tank things. I mean, when you've got Land Raiders and Vindicators and Predators on the field, the Razorback is probably the last thing that's targeted. And it's quite good because it's a twin-linked las cannon shot. It can do some damage. I mean, my Land Raiders are testimony to that. It's quite nice. It's a useful thing to have. But like so, you can take that out and combine it with the points that are left over at the end, which is only 65 points to do something else. But I'll explain the 65 points at the end. So just bear in mind there's a Razorback in there that you can take out, but it's quite a nice thing to have. I recommend. And finally, the final thing on this list is 200 points of shooting terminators to give you a bit more bulk, to add to those tactical squads, to give you a bit more anti-infantry, anti-tank if you need it. But it gives you a bit more, you know, jackhammer, so you can do what you want sort of abilities. So yeah, that's the list. Like I said, there were 65 points I've left over purposely, kept away from buying more upgrades and stuff, so that you yourself can go and buy some upgrades for the tactical squads, or upgrade your chapter master, or even your vehicles. It's 65 points there to have a little play with. You can make it 130 odd points if you get rid of the razorback, which is fine. But that's the list in a nutshell. Pretty effective. I would play this list. In fact, I probably will. Not tomorrow, like I said, why? But I would certainly play this list, and I will keep it because I do want to play it. But yeah, if you need any more help or any of these units you don't have in your army, give me a shout. Send me your army list, and I can write another one pretty quickly. Probably out by about 7, give or take, if I do it today, which I probably will because I'll be busy tomorrow with the Apocalypse game I'm playing. But yeah, regardless, I hope this helps. I don't mind doing it at all. You know, I enjoy doing it. It's what I'm here for, to help you guys. It's nice, you know. It's nice to have a bit of community feedback. Honestly, when you play the game, give me a message and tell me how it goes, because I'd love to know. I really would, and see how my list fares. But yeah, thanks for watching my videos. Cheers. Bye.